Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 2023 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in entering to receive a private reading, then put a snowman emoji, there we go, a snowman emoji in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random, and there will be a video announcing the winner on January 1st, 2024, which is mind-blowing, 2024, but okay. And yeah, so I will not be contacting you in the comment box. There will be nothing like that. It will be simply in that video on January 1st, 2024, announcing the winner. So good luck to you all. I wish you all the very, very best, and good luck to you. If you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below, as are all the cards that I'm using. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Gemini, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Oh, goodness, I love that. Okay, so the Five of Wands reverse fell out. It's crowning everything. I love that for you. Then we have the Three of Cups reversed. Okay. We have the High Priestess. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Angels and spirit guides. The 10 of Pentacles reversed. The Seven of Cups reversed. And the Tower reversed. You've been through it. Okay, Gemini. Acknowledging that right now, financially, career-wise, you have experienced backstabbing, you've experienced doubt, you might even have thought that there was a bit of a curse around you, which I'm not laughing to say that that's ridiculous, but I am like, it's like you're not cursed. That's why I laughed. I'm not saying that that feeling is irrelevant or silly, but I'm just saying like it's not true. So don't let anybody try to convince you that it is, because they're absolutely wrong. They're absolutely 110% wrong. You've come to a conclusion when it comes to your finances. There's almost a sense of, when it comes to money and what you value as much as money, something has become very clear. Okay, either you've had this epiphany or you will have an epiphany during the month of December. It's like, oh, okay, that's what I need. That's what I don't need. That's what I love. That's what I want. And this is what I don't want. But here, you are also letting go of generational curses. You're letting go of the negative energy that has been spoken over you. It's like, you can't, you are going to stay small. You'll never succeed. You'll never achieve. And it's like, you know what? Phooey on you. Kick it to the curb. See yourself move forward. You're going to be very successful. You've put a lot of dreams on the shelf. It's like, these were silly. I don't have these anymore. And Spirit is saying here, it's time to take our dreams forward. It's not to be consumed by our dreams, which can be happening. It's kind of like, that's our sacred space, right? That's the special thing that we go to late at night when we're overwhelmed, could have had a good cry, and then we go to the dreams that are always so perfect, right? They have those beautiful corners to them. They are so pristine. Everything is so clean and neat and tidy, and just so, because it's a dream. It is not brought into reality where immediately mud gets slinged at it. So reality, messy. Dreams, perfection. Absolute perfection. And it's something that we will not be able to emulate because a dream is simply that. It is a dream. It doesn't live in the real world. So knowing that about our dreams, knowing that we need to bring them forward and that we need to stop treating them as something so special. Like it's have you ever read The Mill and the Floss, which I had to read for school? And I don't think I ever finished it, but I remember the beginning where Molly was talking about like if her aunts died that were raising her, they would find that they only used their third best handkerchief. Everything else was kept in the drawer because it was kept for special, right? It would only be shown at auction after they passed away so everybody could ooh and ah over what pretty things they had. They wouldn't use them. And that's what I think of when I see the Seven of Cups reversed. It's kind of like having all this put away in the drawer so that we can ooh and ah over it, but never use it. And that's just silliness. That's silly. That part of the book always really bothered me. The Tower reversed. The Tower reversed is we're coming out of a tower time. A tower time, we always think that a tower time has to be super intense, right? And it can be. It can be super intense, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing. A tower time, and I love using the example because a tower time can be getting married, right? A tower time can be having a child. You can be celebrating it. You can be so excited, but then you're married, right? Then you have a kid. Then you have to like make this work. And so it changes us. It does. So here at tower time can be whatever we're going through that's intense and it's hard and it's changing the way that we look at things. So acknowledging that during this time is going to be very important to us. Even if everybody else is celebrating us and being like, oh, congratulations, it's so wonderful. Inside, we might be like, let yourself acknowledge that. And it's okay. It is super okay. So here, the tower time is where we're building. The tower time reversed is that we're taking, the mind-blowing experience of like, oh my gosh, how the heck do I handle this? And we could have checked out. We could have felt overwhelmed. We could have like been like, oh, I'm not giving 100%. But if you can only give 20%, like that's cool. So here, just being aware of that, that's going to be a super great thing. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is Blossom. And that's what you're doing in the month of December. I'm so excited for you guys, Gemini. I can't contain it. You are blossoming into what you want. You're also connecting with your inner child. You're connecting with your dreams and your desires. And there's a real sense almost of stepping back into you, stepping back into what you want, stepping back into your power. And that's going to be a really great thing. You can also see that one of your twins, right? Because Gemini were represented by the twins in the zodiac, right? That imagery is that one of the twins can be a child self and one of the twins can be an adult self. And I know that sounds like, well, then they're not twins, but it's the different aspects of ourselves moving forward. And it's the duality of ourselves that we need to acknowledge during this time. And so one twin can be super confident and the other twin can be like that child, needing that reassurance, needing that guidance, needing that protection. It moves us then. Get this stand upright. Let's see. Okay, cool. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, right here. This is the divine wisdom reversed. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is divine wisdom. It's raining down on us and we're like, oh no, it's not following the status quo, or it's reminding me of times that I have failed before. The veil is being lifted from our eyes, whether we want to or not. Spirit's like, ready or not, here I come, And so this energy coming forward is divine wisdom. But we're not seeing it as divine wisdom. We're seeing it as another burden put on our shoulders, more expectations put our way, something that we have to figure out that we're not comfortable with. This is psychic development, okay? This is empathic development. This is that crucible, that walking through the fire and coming out the other end stronger and more than you were before. And so here with divine wisdom, take it. We're going to be looking at it and be like, oh, this is nonsense. And it's like, oh no, this is marvelous. We have to see it for ourselves. And embracing that energy, embracing that knowledge, that's going to be a game changer. It moves us to our energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the 5 of Swords. So what's very interesting is that we have the 5 of Swords reversed. So we're going to be looking at things and being like, I think I said this was the 5 of Wands. I do apologize. But the 5 of Swords is I'm coming into this battle, right? And I've been here before. And now I'm going to step into my strength, step into myself. What I think is very interesting with this is like, this is somebody being nasty right here. And it's like, we're not being bullied anymore. But we need to be mindful that it would be very easy for us to step into that child self, to step into that insecurity, that unsureness, and feel like, oh no, I can't. I can't possibly. I can't possibly call out the bully. I can't possibly, embrace what I desire and what I want and what's important to me. So know that we will be battling that during this time. We see it in the energy to be mindful of. We see it in the Five of Swords reversed, that it's like, oh, but can I? Like, do I get to have that strength? Do I get to have that power? Do I get to embrace what I want? Do I get to? Or is this always going to be a dream? Or is this always going to be me repeating old patterns over and over and over again? But we're really tired of them. We're really tired of those old patterns. So understanding this, that something's going to be called out during this time. Do we know exactly what it is? No, not really. I mean, here it is that is an energy. No, it is an energy of lack. It is an energy of feeling like I'm never going to get to where I want to be. It's always one step forward, 3 steps back, or 18 million steps back. It can feel like sometimes. And so here with the Five of Swords, it's I need to be aware that I need to call out the bully, even if it's in myself, right? Even if that's nagging, nasty voice in myself, that's the bully, I need to call it out. It brings us to the Three of Cups reversed. This is the person who couldn't celebrate you. This is the person that was supposed to. This could be a parent, this could be a lover, this could be, a friend, a sibling, this could be whomever, a teacher. They were supposed to be able to celebrate you. They were supposed to be able to say, hey, well done, or good try, or hey, let's try it this way. They weren't supposed to beat you down. They weren't supposed to mock you and ridicule you and make you feel small. And so we carry around this energy with us. We carry around the energy of the person who couldn't show up for us and that we trusted, especially with the faith of a child, or especially with the fervor of somebody who loves. There is this sense here of, I just didn't measure up. And Spirit wants you to realize it's not about you not measuring up. It's about a lesson that needs to be learned on your end and on their end. Because sometimes we need to learn in this world that we think people are going to show up for us. We think people will care, and they don't. And that's okay. I mean, it's not what we want. And at the time, it doesn't feel okay. But you're stronger than this. We might not want to be, but we are. So the Three of Cups is understanding during this time, there's going to be something that happens, and this energy can be triggered forward, and it's like, oh, but you couldn't show up for me, but I have to show up for you. And it can also be at, some sort of a function or something. And I know we're talking about money and career, but it makes us feel like I can't move forward. I don't get to be successful. I don't get to be prosperous. And that comes forward with the 10 of Pentacles reversed. It's like, oh, there's a curse on me. I don't get to have this. And Spirit's like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't speak. It's not speaking negativity. It's like giving up. And we are so close to either giving up and walking away or changing what we're looking at and saying, oh no, I'm fierce. We might need to change what we're going after. Okay. Sometimes that's just what we need to do. Like totally change approaches, but our approach is going to be successful. Like we are successful. We who are approaching are successful, Gemini. It moves us to the High Priestess. The veil is being lifted from our eyes. There's something here where it's like we do have this epiphany. We have this like aha moment, like this light bulb, insight, knowledge, clarity come through. The veil is lifted from our eyes. We can see so much more clearly. Now, there's also this energy here of we walk the spirit world and we walk the earthly plane. So spirit, angels, your spirit guides, your angels, they're talking to you. They're connecting with you. They want you to move forward in a very powerful way. They want you to have this. And so we need to listen to those connections. We need to listen to that energy coming forward, which can come to us in meditation. It can come to us, in quiet moments. It can come to us all the time. If we're more sensitive, we might not be attuned, so we might not know how to filter this energy and this knowledge. It can also come to us, and it will, for most people here, Gemini, come to you in your dreams. This is going to be a time where you see things more clearly. And this can be a time where you find it a little bit disturbing, so you can be cutting back on sleep. It'd be like, oh, I don't need to go to bed. I can just keep on powering through. No, you need that connection. It's going to be one of the most powerful things for you. Spirit has a tendency to talk in rhymes and riddles. I always think of the Oracle of Delphi when I see the High Priestess. And it is that information, it is that power coming forward. But, people from all over the ancient world came to her to hear what she had to say. And they spent the rest of their lives untangling it. weaving out what she was telling them. And so here for us, we have this story in our hearts. We have this knowledge in us, and it's part of us, Gemini. It's part of every single person, but we are so ungodly curious that we've been like a kitten with this ball or a cat with this ball the whole entire time. It's like we've been playing with this, we've been moving around with this, we've been trying to understand this forever. And now the clarity starts to come forward more and more because there's a sense of, oh, I'm of two worlds. And I know that sounds silly to some, but it is so powerful. It's like, oh, not all the answers that I need, that I'm looking for, are going to be right here. I'm going to need to go into spirit more. I'm going to need to connect. I'm going to need to listen. And it's listening to your angels and your spirit guides. It's not like using a Ouija board or anything like that. I don't like those. Those are creepy. But it's connecting, and it's having a ritual. It's having a sacred ritual for you that connects you with spirit. It's saying a prayer. That's how I was taught. Or it's, it's doing whatever works for you that surrounds you in white light and that moves you forward, that surrounds you in cleansing, purifying, beautiful light. It could be white, it could be gold, it could be whatever color you want it to be, but it's that fire of radiance of soul. I always see it as kind of the color of the moon. I love that, that golden light. The 10 of Pentacles. We have a tendency during this time, and it's just going to be part of who we are or who we were, because I do see this huge change in us because we're coming to a completion of a cycle. If we choose to, we are going to stop comparing ourselves to others. And that's huge. That's huge. That's totally liberating. It doesn't mean we'll never do it again because we're totally human. But there is this real sense here of, oh, I see it. Oh, I get it. So with the 10 of Pentacles, this is feeling like a generational curse. So you might say to yourself, oh, the people in my family, the women, the men, the whomever, the oldest, the youngest, they always go through XYZ. And we see ourselves there. And it's like, oh, well, this is just kind of like predestined. And Spirit's saying, stop that. Stop that immediately, if not sooner. You get to have joy and happiness in your life. Just because there might have been struggles does not mean that there aren't also blessings. And even if that blessing is that I've gotten out of that situation, it's huge. Or I realize the situation is unhealthy, that's huge. Stop comparing yourself to others. You're only going to be disappointed. Okay? And with the 10 of Pentacles, we're coming out of a time where the abundance of money, or the abundance of what we love as much as money, or value as much as money, has been tested. It has been tested. And we're looking at that. And it was like, that was not cool. That was not fair. That's not what I wanted. But the test was real. So just being aware of this is going to be super important. It brings us to the 7 of Cups. And of course, you're going through all of this. And now Spirit is like, oh, play and dream and have fun with it. It's like, well, excuse you. Like, this is hard. So here with the 7 of Cups, it's the dreams have been put on hold. Why? Because you've been through some stuff. Like, things got real. And when things get real, and when we don't feel safe, we don't play. And so the play was put on hold. The joy was put on hold. The beauty was put on hold. With the 7 of Cups, reversed, it's like, hey, take your dreams that have been set on that shelf and take them down. Let's start seeing them again. Let's start, moving forward in this. What were those dreams based off of? We don't have to go exactly after the dreams that we had when we were 15, but it's like, okay, how do I embrace this? How do I move this forward? How do I connect with this again? Because that's going to start bringing the joy back into our lives. That's going to start letting us shine. That's going to start changing our existence and our world. And that's going to be huge. Because what we're worried about right now, it sounds totally egocentric, but we're worried about ourselves. Because if we're shining, if we're successful in our own skin, it radiates out into everybody else. And it's like, oh, this is what was missing. The power of me. So here, it's taking those dreams that we thought, oh, they'll never be, or I'm too old, or that was so silly. And it's saying, well, what was that dream about? I mean, maybe we'll never be, a movie star, a rock star, Paris Hilton type of thing. And that's cool. I don't know. I just saw her on my feed. So she's in my head. But there's the sense of, but I can be me, right? I can be me. I can be who I am. And again, it's not comparing ourselves to anybody else. That's been a hard pill to swallow, especially since this person here who didn't celebrate us, who didn't show up for us, was constantly comparing ourselves to somebody else. You were never as good as XYZ. You could never measure up. And that's how you felt. That might not be how they meant for you to feel, but that is definitely how you felt. So acknowledging that and stepping away from it and saying my dreams have validity. My beauty and power and sense of abundance has validity to it. I'm embracing me. It brings us then to the Tower reversed. The Tower, again, it can be a dark night of the soul. It can be something so joyous and celebrated, but it changes everything, and inside we can be totally overwhelmed by it. So here, where the Tower's reversed, it's like we see the rebel. And it's like, before, there's just that pause. It was like, how do I rebuild this? Our mind has been blown. Our nice little cage, our nice little way of being, it has been shaken. It has been knocked down. And now we're going to see ourselves saying, oh, I can rebuild this. Or even more, I don't want to rebuild this. I don't need to replicate what once was. Oh my gosh. I just had an epiphany with the Tower time. The Tower time, when you have the rebel, it is not about building it exactly the way it was. Though there's a part of us that may always want to recreate perfectly what seemed safe and secure and beautiful and wonderful in our lives. But to know that that part of our existence, it's left to memory. And the Tower time is seeing the rubble and saying, what will I build of this? Creatively, personally, spiritually, powerfully, how will I move forward in my energy and in myself? I have been changed. So the walls that surrounded me, the intensity that was there before, or the intensity, it isn't there anymore. It's been shattered and scattered. Now it's something new. How do I step into the something new? And that's what we're rebuilding here. You've been freed. You've been freed. There's a sense of the wings opening, and it's like I can fly out. And again, it doesn't have to be that it's been a bad thing. Our Tower times are very, very personal. They're very individual. And with a general reading, they're very individual. But it's like, it's finding peace. It's finding beauty within ourselves. It's like, oh, and this isn't talking about, and I want to make it perfectly clear, this isn't talking about a very negative, hurtful, hateful situation. If you're in those and it's like, oh, I just have to get used to it. Dane said so. Spirit said so. That's not what Spirit is talking about at all. Okay, you matter. Taking care of yourself and loving yourself matters. So don't let others' negativity, don't let others' hurt and pain and anger engulf you, because that's not fair and that's not right. And you're coming out of a Tower time, which for some can be just, having somebody else's energy just completely overpower your own. And now you need to step into your power and yourself. You do. It's like, it's a freedom time, right? So I want to make that perfectly clear, because somebody who's watching, because Spirit said it's so loud and clear, somebody who's watching needs to hear that. And I did have to speak kind of carefully, I hope, for YouTube, but Spirit wants to make that clear. So I hope you understood. But there is something here where it's like, oh no, it changed. It changed. You're not the same person. If people are looking for the same person, and that's the thing, like when we go back into those same patterns that's crowning all this, there's almost a sense of like, well, this coat doesn't fit anymore. Like, this isn't right. This isn't me. So acknowledging that, super important. Our subconscious spirit message is radiant. You're radiant during this time, Gemini. Let yourself shine. I mean, let yourself embrace the radiance. Let yourself shine. Let yourself be you. Let the power come forward. There is beauty and exquisiteness here. There really is. Let the radiance shine through. The subconscious chakra message is balance, root chakra. Balancing not only our energies and ourselves, but balancing the twins, the desires, the duality of our nature in general. Finding that balance, finding that harmony, finding that rhythm. And again, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter. We can be like, oh, I was supposed to have this figured out at 20. And it's like, well, you didn't. So obviously you weren't supposed to have it figured out at 20, or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80, 90, whenever you come to it, you come to it. And it's finding that balance and it's finding that harmony. And there's beauty there. There's such beauty there. And sometimes you glimpse it and then it runs away. And you're like, what the heck? But here at the root of us, at the subconscious level, we're finding a balance during this time. And we're seeing that balance matters. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Ace of Wands. Career-wise, we can be super passionate. Like, I'll show them all, right? We have so much to prove. Career-wise, we can be totally just focused. That's great. But there's burnout here. Don't push so hard that you are going to burn out. Be mindful about this. Also, don't push so hard that anger comes to the surface so easily. Our subconscious tarot message is the sun. Subconsciously, this is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. I love it. This is so cute. I haven't seen the sun in this deck yet. And this is happiness. This is joy. This is contentment. This is beauty. This is success. This is just loveliness coming forward. And that's what you're embracing. Subconsciously, it's like, I get to shine. I get to have my radiance come forward. And that's going to change the whole trajectory of your career, of your finances. All of a sudden, like, you let yourself shine. You have that radiance come forward, which is what Spirit was talking about. And you have that sun shining on you. And it's like, this is who you are. And there's a radiance and there's a beauty and there's a brilliance to you, Gemini, that nobody will hide. Nobody can hide. And that is exquisite. All right. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless and happy holidays. Bye.